been doing like the Mike Metzger stuff. You know about him?
I've seen. Hold on a second, ready?
Yeah. You gonna clap us in? Oh my God!
that was
Is that
bad.
how you? That's how you start the pod?
Yeah.
What'd you eat last
That's
night?
the intro, man. That was not, dude. That was not healthy, bro. Did you hear that?
It was kind of cute though.
Yeah, dude. That sounded like
It wasn't like a huge
queef.
rip. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I do when I
popped
fart.
it
Dude. I
out.
just fucking rip queefs.
So you know about this Mike Metzger guy?
Yeah, you kind of look like him, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to gain
his
like
long
100
lost
pounds.
nephew, dude.
But you're only supposed to hit the gym. Like, oof, I'm catching the whiff, bro.
For real?
You're only supposed to lift apparently like 2 or 3 days a week, hard.
Mm.
So go in the gym and just, and then you start to get cut up. I'm getting cut
Yeah.
up, man. Summertime.
That's what they. Yeah, because like, dude, I used to work out every day of the week, and
I
I
used to
I
do
just,
that too.
You know, by Saturday, Sunday, dude, I was straight up crying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And apparently you get smaller, which like looking back on it, I can kind of see.
Yeah.
Which is, can you imagine working out 7 days a week, 2 hours a
I
day?
lived that life, dude. Bro, I used to, like, when I wasn't really like doing comedy that much, you know, like didn't really have much of a life, dude, I would go to the gym in the morning, go to work, and then I would run at night. And I was like confused as to why my body hurt, dude.
Like 75 hard. You know about
dude.
that?
Yeah, that was my life, dude.
Dude, during the pandemic, for some reason, I started waking up at like 4:40 in the morning, 7 days a week. I was at my dad's house in Long Island. And my sister would complain about me just making an insane amount of noise in the basement. I'd just be like, "Wah!"
Oh, you're
Then
one
I'd
of
go
those
for a run.
guys who
I mean,
like
I
really
was,
gets into it.
but in the gym now,
Give me like a breakdown or like a noise you'd make. Like if we're benching, dude, you're going hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm spotting you, dude,
Yeah.
so you know you're safe.
okay. That's what I needed to know
Yeah,
first.
give me the sound.
I'm trying to.
Don't fuck around either. Just be like, that was pretty sick.
I mean, I had to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You felt
probably
like you were there
that.
right now.
Yeah, you just like your nuts hanging right over my forehead.
Yeah, because I go, dude, if I'm gonna spot you,
Yeah,
my nuts are gonna be in your eyes.
I
dude.
feel like you'd push me too hard though.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
you
that'd
try
be
and
a-
get me to get that like third rep of 225, and
I'm
I'd
not
be
like that.
struggling.
I might start laughing, honestly, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle that. If you start laughing while I'm benching, no.
I'm not good in like serious situations. I do have a buddy though who's like that. Like, dude, he'll be like, "Yo, you got like 3 more," and I'm like, "Bro,
3 is a lot.
My fucking pecs are gonna fall off."
Yeah,
But then you do 3 more, and you're like, "He was kind of right." You know what I mean?
that you can do it.
Yeah, it's like
When
that
you got your
Goggins
boy
shit
there,
where he's
yeah,
like,
yeah, oof.
yeah. He's like, you got more in the tank.
Stay
dude."
hard.
Yeah,
Was
we
he
used to
in
go
the
to the
sauce,
gym.
though,
We used to
or-
go to the gym fucking stoned.
Oh yeah, I would do that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't really do that anymore.
You could get some good workouts in stoned.
I agree because you're just locked in.
Yeah, you're like, dude, don't do anything fucking stupid.
Your boy was on the sauce or what?
No,
No.
dude. He doesn't even talk to me anymore, dude. I guess he met this chick at the gym, dude, and he's whipped now. So I don't know, man. Life hits you hard, dude. At this age,
Yeah.
my boys be sucking on titties and shit. And
Yeah.
it's like they just forget about you.
It's wild, dude.
I hope he thinks about me sometimes.
You know, while he's sucking on titties, you know what it is? Also, like, you can get so distracted by the wrong woman
oh, dude.
for months, for years at a time. And then you break up and you're like, what was I just doing the past 3 years? I lost all my money
so
and
much
all the time.
Yeah,
Huge amount of time.
I think about that a lot, man.
Yeah.
When I'm like, I mean, dude, you probably smash. You know,
Not that
I've
much.
seen you out there, dude.
Yeah, but you don't
I've
see
seen
me
chicks who are
smashing.
like, there's been chicks who are like, yo, what's his name?
They don't know my name?
No,
That's fucked up.
but they know like
They know
what
I'm
you look
about.
like, dude.
Mike Metzger's nephew.
Dude, I just give him the wrong name though.
Be like, I think it's like Johnny Salami or something.
Just give him my feed. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's usually pretty responsive when I'm like that.
Do they know like what your apartment looks like? How much space you got?
Who?
These guys and girls.
Oh no.
It's fresh out
people
here,
who-
man. I was saying we
For
talked
real?
about it though. There are a lot of Asians out here, but
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of masks still. It's like they know something we don't.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, damn, what if they know something about the lab leak or some shit?
Yeah.
They know something's coming.
Wuhan P2.
Yeah, it's like when the birds flock a certain direction because they know
Yeah.
what's about to happen.
And you know what? You see that a lot in Flushing too. Like a lot of birds just hang out in the same park, like hundreds. Like on the way to LaGuardia on that bus. In the past 6 months, at least 3 times, I've just seen hundreds of birds just in the same spot, flocking together.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What did you think
Pigeons. I don't know. I thought that at the time that I saw that, I was like, we really don't pay attention to pigeons at all, huh?
about? Yeah, they're fucking annoying, dude, especially at the beach and shit.
Well, there shouldn't be pigeons on the beach.
I would
You
love
mean
to
like
be
seagulls?
Yeah, seagulls, I mean.
Yeah.
What would you do if you saw a pigeon at the beach, dude?
I'd freak out.
I'd be like, dude, there's a fucking
Get
tsunami.
outta
There's a
here,
tsunami coming, dude. That would be sick to be a fucking seagull, though, dude. You know how much fucking pussy you see?
I mean, bro, you mean like human pussy?
Yeah. If I was a
You
seagull,
think?
I'd be at the beach all day, dude.
Why would you see human pussy though?
Should look, dude, at the beach
Just looking through panties.
because you can get up close, dude.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
could. And you just steal French fries.
Yeah, I wonder
But
if
then
they
all your
know.
boys come and like try and steal the French fries too. You're like, bro, this is my batch. Settle down.
Well, they fight over it sometimes
Yeah.
too, dude.
Yeah.
There's like straight up war crimes going on the beach.
But
dude.
do you think they tell the other seagulls that there's food there? They must.
That's what I'm wondering, dude. It's got to be like us, you know, like if I know of a secret spot, like I'm probably not going to tell you, but eventually
they'll
like,
find
word
out.
gets, you know.
This like your apartment. Like this is an absurd amount of space. I guess I should stop talking about it.
You think I have a
People are
nice
gonna know.
pad, dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like very quiet over here. Granted, if I had a whip, it
Dude,
would
you
have
should
been better.
move out
but
here, man.
I'm down.
Yeah.
What's this neighborhood called? I guess you don't want to say that the hood.
Oh, we're next to Casena Park. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BP, fresh seltzer.
Bro, if you want to see some fucking characters, man. Something about parks, dude. It's like,
The Asians are always speed walking in parks and doing Tai Chi.
yeah, they're doing like some sort of shit, like Avatar type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Airbending and stuff.
But it's crazy. Like, you think Asians wouldn't be mentally ill? Because, like, when you go to, like,
Oh, I don't know about that.
well, I mean, at least for me, I was like, because you know, what's the park near
I think
the
they
comedy
maybe would
shop
be.
and stuff? George Washington or something?
Oh, Washington Square Park. Dude,
Dude,
is
that
it
place is
named
crazy.
after George Washington? It's got to be. I never even thought about that.
What did he do over there? I mean,
Probably just
the
hanging.
Delaware's not over there.
Yeah. But I think a lot of stuff is just named after George Washington because he's
Yeah.
the first president.
He's a fucking man.
Do you think that, do you hear that Donald Trump might get a $200 bill? You think that's going to happen? That'd be fresh. Or $250 bill, rather.
I would probably get one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like use it, but I
Right,
would
right,
put it
right.
up on
You
the
got to get
wall
one,
and
put
shit.
it up on one of these walls.
Yeah.
You got a lot of artwork in here.
Yeah, right next to McLovin.
Right. Yeah. You got room for it.
Yeah.
I feel like I also have the same hair as all these guys in DC,
Yeah.
ACDC.
You do kind of look like a rock star. You probably seen like some crazy shit at that park though, dude, right?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in New York City. I don't know if you knew that. I grew up on
Like Long Island.
no, 18th Street and 2nd Avenue.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. So you're like a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Damn. It was funny, man. Like the first time I came to New York City, dude, you know Tate Winston?
Yeah.
He was like, he's from Rhode Island, and he was like, he like threw me like 2 spots or whatever, and I drove up, spent like $750, dude, just to do 2 spots at like the Pear, and dude, so I'm like walking through like Washington Square Park, and there's like a family in front of me, and it's like, dude, it's like the whitest family you've ever seen. Like they're on vacation. You can tell they're on vacation.
They've got like their straps across, backpacks.
They're so excited, bro. And they're walking by the park, and you just see this woman, dude, taking the fattest shit in the park. Dude, shit's flying everywhere.
Wait, was she like by a tree at least?
Yeah, she was behind a bush, but she was like visibly like facing the family.
And they were just like making faces.
And I'm walking by the family and just seeing that, dude, it was another,
Yeah.
it was a level of confusion.
Where
I've
were
never
they
seen in
from?
my life.
Do you hear their accent? Crikey.
No, there was no words spoken.
Right. Or
was
if it
kinda
was,
just
it was like in German or something.
I mean, dude, if you see that like on vacation, you got to lose at least like 5 years of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting though? I feel like people do need more places to like go to the bathroom. You know, I have this app idea. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I guess if anyone wants to do it, they can do it. All these places that are struggling for business, they should charge. Like on the app, you can see like, oh, it costs $2 to take a pee here, but if you want to drop a deuce, it's $5. And then
Okay.
if you like are drunk and have to throw up, it's like $10.
Dude.
You can make it like an extra $150 a day potentially, letting the public use your restroom. Make it
Yeah.
nice in there, and then be like, "Oh, this bathroom was chill. They had Bluetooth speakers in it."
Yeah. So it's like Grubhub, but for like taking a shit.
Yeah,
That's fucking
right.
not a bad idea.
But then if you find out, like, if you're paying for the number 1 option where you just want to take a piss,
yeah.
and you were actually taking a shit, you get banned.
You get
potentially.
crucified, dude.
Yeah, it's like being on Hinge if you like send an inappropriate message, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm gonna motorboat those teas."
That's the
Yeah,
catch.
you're out of
Like,
there.
it's the death penalty if you fucking break
Yeah.
the rules.
Yeah. I think this is actually like a brilliant idea
Yeah.
because everyone's always looking for a place to pee. You don't want the $100 fine for urinating in public,
Bro.
and then dropping a deuce in public. Forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, comics would use that nonstop.
Yeah.
I
And then
always
like
do,
you
yeah.
can get, maybe you get comped if you're like a comic. You're like, oh yeah, this guy's chill. He can
Yeah.
come take a shit at my place for free.
Yeah. Are you ripping shits before sets and stuff? 'Cause I'm ripping heaters.
It
dude.
depends. Like the only place I've actually recently become comfortable dropping a deuce is the comedy shop, really.
They do have a nice setup, yeah.
I mean, it's like private. Any private stall that like, and I also will know, I'll see the guys in there like mopping up and I'll see them clean. And then I'm like, all right, this is the perfect time to go. Because besides that, I can really only go in my
The only thing
apartment.
about there though is like you could be dropping a bomb next to a girl.
Yeah, that's, yeah. And like sometimes I've thrown on Spotify too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What type of tunes you
That's
throwing
like
on?
kind of a weird move. Usually some Thugger, Future,
Oh,
Meek
some
Mill.
aggressive shit.
Yeah,
While you're shitting, dude.
Yeah, like
Really?
motivational stuff. Because like, it's like usually before a set.
Dude, that would be funny to play like Goggins while you're taking a shit.
So Goggins is one of your like favorite motivational guys. I'd say he's probably my
Yeah,
favorite.
him and Jocko are pretty cool.
Yeah, Chaco is great.
Yeah, man, it's cool. Like years ago when I was like super depressed, dude, I read Goggins, but like his first book.
Is that the one where he's in the naval suit?
Yeah, there's like yeah, that's his first one.
Right.
And then he just had another one, which I didn't think was that good. Not to be a dick, but it was all right, you know. The first one was like, damn, bro, this is sick.
Well, I think he lost like, what did he lose, like 180 pounds in like 6 months or something ridiculous?
Something like that. Yeah, something crazy like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I remember reading his book, and then there was like, I think like a year or two, I would listen to like this mixtape, like a SoundCloud mixtape on it was like Jocko and Goggins.
It was like, it was music?
It was like there was like background like theme music.
Oh, I love
and
that.
then it was like their like best quotes over it, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll take you to another level.
Dude,
bro.
waking up early and then you just put on the YouTube a little bit, watch
Yeah.
some visual of that.
Rip some fucking pre-workout,
Yeah,
dude.
the people who put that together, man, they don't get enough credit. I mean, well, they probably make a lot of money on YouTube doing that, not even showing their face. And sometimes I get jealous of people like that. People who could just make, I don't know, up to $1 million a month just not showing their face, and then they're just crushing YouTube.
Do you have a job where you have to like show your face?
I mean, no, not really.
Are you a finance bro?
No, I was a real estate bro for 6 years. I worked in
real?
real estate for 6 years, dude.
Fuck you, man.
That was awful. But it wasn't like I wasn't selling apartments and selling houses. Like I was just a property manager. So dude, I would go around to properties and I'd tell superintendents who were like 20 years older than me what to do. And I felt so awkward about it. I worked at my dad's company.
Oh, really?
So it was like as soon as I started working there, like I was a 15-year vet. You know what I mean? So
is a
I just felt like a bitch.
What does a property manager
Basically,
do?
like if you were, like you said, you got a noise complaint the other night, I would send you a letter. And then if you kept making noise from The Last of Us, I'd come and knock on your door. I'd be like, yo, Salami, you got to settle down. Bro.
yeah.
And then you'd be like, who the fuck is this kid? This kid's 22 years old. Why is he coming to my apartment telling me to settle down? And then you'd be like, oh, his dad probably friggin' sent him here. So I was basically going around telling superintendents to keep the building clean, make sure that the rents were paid. And
Yeah, so the
apartment was up.
landlord hires the property manager though, because they
Yes.
just like don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So they could save money if they just weren't like lazy.
Well, I mean, you kind of want to keep a buffer in between. It's like basically like think of somebody who owns a business. They want to have a manager there.
Yeah,
Making
so it's
sure
kinda-
like
yeah,
they
you gotta,
are
like,
dealing with the
They don't want to be
maybe like
seen.
taxes and stuff like you don't want to really be the face. Like the owner of this building, if you saw him every day, you'd potentially be like, oh, my stove isn't working that well. Can I get a new refrigerator? My toilet's not flushing. You know, like you kind of have a reason to mess with the landlord a little bit. Not mess with him, but
yeah.
tell him that shit is broken or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
So yeah, I
They
was
really
the buffer
do like
between
to-
my dad and everybody else.
Damn, dude. I thought you were gonna say you were like an actual real estate agent.
No, people are like, you'd be good at that. Like, shut up.
Bro, all you have to do is know like how to fucking read.
Yeah. Well, actually, to be fair though, I failed the real estate test when I tried to take it. I think it was
The one in New York.
You know, God's calling. Yeah, I didn't really study that hard, but you do have to study. Can't just be a hot chick. Could
That's
be.
fucking crazy, dude. Because the brokers I talk to are some of the fucking like biggest dipshits I've ever met in my life.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. But I guess you know what it is? You just have to really focus for like 3 weeks, study, take the test, pass, and then you're good. I don't know how often you have to re-up your license, but I think once you get the main license, I think it's like every 6 years you have to take like a small, just
That
like
was the first
quiz.
time I left a like a Google review.
You didn't like it?
This
Hammer.
fucking when I was looking for an apartment,
Yeah.
dude, everyone was just like fucking me in the ass, dude.
Yeah.
And I was getting so pissed off. I'm like, dude, just tell me the truth. Like, just at least respond.
Yeah.
And this fucking dude like texted me. He was like, I'm gonna call you in 30 minutes. And I was like, okay. Dude, he never called me. So I just went on Google and I was like, yo, fuck
ripped
this,
him.
this fucking asswipe. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
know,
can't lie
there's-
to me like that, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I mean, and being in our industry, man, there are a lot of people that
Yeah.
will just freaking blow smoke up your fucking butt.
My fucking pussy, dude.
Yeah, just queef out of there, dude. But it's real estate's especially being in New York. People want to come to New York and make money in real estate because
Yeah.
you see the glam. How many real estate shows are there? It's wild.
Yeah, it's all just like gay dudes with like fucking dyed hair.
With what?
They all have like dyed hair.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Serhant, I think that's natural.
That's
Platinum.
that's a proper description of him though, right?
I don't think he has dyed hair though.
Really?
He's got a wife.
He's the one
He
who
seems like a G.
yeah, you look up to him.
I mean, he's got an office next to Cipriani. You know about Cipriani?
Is this the dude who like
trash.
does the tours of like the fucking skyscraper apartment shit?
I mean, there are a lot of guys, but definitely
the
he's
ones that
he's
like
the main
overlook
guy.
Central Park. And he's
Maybe.
like, yeah, this
Oh,
is
no.
$4 billion.
Well, there's a guy. Do you know this guy Inez Yilmer or something? He's like more of an LA guy, but Serhant is. He was selling the most expensive apartment in the world. It was like the $250 million penthouse at Central Park Tower, bro.
Yeah.
I'd be down to live in that.
Yeah, that guy probably crushes it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like
Do you want to be a billionaire or?
no, man, I'm at the point in my life where I'm never gonna make money. So unless something
I don't
happens.
know, man.
Yeah. There was
You
a
know
point
what?
where
Go ahead. Where you wanted to make a lot of money?
there was a point where I actually thought about investing, and it was right before COVID hit. So if I invested, I would have lost all my fucking
Well, maybe
money.
not. Depends what you wanted to invest in.
Well, I would have gotten hit pretty fucking hard.
What
dude.
did you want to invest in though?
It would have been cool to invest after COVID hit, you know?
Like Bitcoin?
No, just in like a fucking, like an index fund or something. Like when the market crashed,
That's boring.
you
Though.
got fucked. Well, that's what I would do, man. I would just like fucking hold it forever.
Yeah.
And then when I'm like 69, specifically 69, I would kind of like see where my performance is
The
at.
401k hits. I had some Bitcoin for a while. Like I was just living off of Bitcoin for like 2.5, 3
That's
years.
still a thing.
I mean, well, I bought it when it was like $8,000.
Yeah.
So when it got to like 50,000, 60,000, I made some solid money off of it.
So
where
you
I
could actually sell it.
live off of it. I mean, not anymore. I don't have any anymore.
But did you sell? Like you sell?
I
sold
did.
off?
I had it on Coinbase, and I was just like feeding it to my Chase account from Coinbase.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could sell it.
yeah. Well, before that, it was super hard to sell. You needed like a flash drive.
It's tough to get a flash drive.
Well, I mean, before now it's just like at your fingertips. Anything that's at your fingertips, it's like
Yeah.
you do it. You know.
Well, I
super
just
quick.
like because those people who like start like when Bitcoin started, they were like if you got on the train early, that thing shot up like a fucking red rocket.
Bro,
dude.
my sister spent in today's equivalent like $86,000 on 4 cartridges of weed for a pen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is back when Bitcoin was like $200, which is
Yeah.
insane. Can you imagine?
Damn.
Well, that also there was a guy who spent I think like $250,000 on a pizza, something wild like that. And then also who we were talking about, Ryan Serhant, somebody offered him $13 million of Bitcoin back then, but now it's
Yeah.
worth like $3 billion. And they laughed him out of the negotiation room.
That's like
It's fucked up.
fucking Mark Cuban with the GoPro.
Cubes.
Dude, he passed on the GoPro.
And then that guy became a shark.
Yeah, that
you
guy
see that?
fucking crushed it. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine just passing on that.
Scrub Daddy.
Yeah.
You like Shark Tank?
Yeah. Scrub Daddy did pretty well.
I think that was one of the best.
What was another one they passed on? Those shorts, dude. The flexible fucking like shows your bulge and shit.
Oh, the Bulgers.
Yeah.
you imagine it's called that? No, and then there was like another app. It was like Coffee Meets Bagel. It was a dating app. It was like 3 Asian women. Well, Cube's offered 30 million for it. He was like, if I give you $30 million today, would you take it? They're like, no, we not taking this.
Yeah.
Because it's worth more money. And I was like,
Smart Asians, dude. Yeah. They're smart, man.
They are, dude.
Dude, Asians are fucking hilarious.
It's crazy. Man. You know, because sometimes, I don't want to sound racist in saying this, but sometimes when I hear them, like, I don't know if they're talking or yelling. And I think it's because of the short words. It's not like they don't have elongated words. It's just more like bop, 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 bop. And then it sounds like they're yelling.
Yeah, that might be Japanese people.
Is that Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I feel like it's fucked to like overgeneralize all of them.
Yeah.
Even though they all look the same.
You know, I do think that, but at the same time, dude, there's so many of them that like, there's not that many of us. If somebody said like you and I look the same because we're both American, would we be like, oh no?
Yeah.
I mean, that was my not American voice,
Yeah.
but I'd be like, haha, all right.
That was a little
Cool,
confusing. You just like threw in an Asian accent.
Yeah. Well, because they would get offended, dude. They'd be like, no, I'm Korean.
Oh, okay.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they really do look the same.
They do look the same.
And I wonder, like, dude, do they have any special needs people in Asia? Or do they just kill them?
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure they kill them, dude.
Well, I mean, if you're not a boy, you're not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, under like
you know
under a communist government, I think they kill like.
Have you heard though if you're Chinese and you're a woman and you're over 25 years old, you're not married, you're called Shang Nu, meaning you're like leftover women. How fucked up is that?
Like they're just leftovers.
Yeah, and that's what they call them. No, you're Shang Nu.
How'd you hear about this? You meet someone?
Yeah, I met an Asian woman who's 25 and a half. She's like, well, I'm Shang Nu, so if you want to get married.
She came over here on like a shipping container, dude. Well, do you think that's why they leave?
Because they didn't get there looking for a husband?
You think like all those shipping containers, just like it's all Shang Nu? Like it makes sense, dude. Like you got to get out of there, dude.
Cut that. Leave it in, pal. Dude, but you know what? Do you think that Asian people would say that you and I look the same? There's no way.
I don't really know. I've never met like a 100% Asian person, but I will say, man, like,
Wait, yes, you definitely have.
oh man, 100%. I've met a lot of half Asians.
What do you mean met?
Like, dude, one of my best friends growing up was Asian, and they
right,
do
but-
this thing, bro, where they're like, they make you feel bad for them because they're Asian, but deep down,
Oh, I'm
they're
really
like,
good at math. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Tough.
yeah, they're trying to take advantage of you.
Well, you know what? Now, though, I think within the last 10 years, it's probably become tougher for them to get into colleges because all of them get 800s on their SAT math section.
You think that would make it harder to get in?
Yeah.
Because they're just like too
They
good.
don't stand out, right? They play the flute. They get an 800 on their SATs. They're good at chess. Yeah. Great. Join the
Well,
pack.
dude, their parents are like super fucking strict.
Right. Where did you grow up? Boston?
Rhode Island. But dude,
Rhode
even
Island.
like sometimes when I come home at night, there's like a family down the road, and I can like hear the parents like screaming at the child
Stop.
about like homework and shit.
No. What do they sound like when they're screaming at the child?
Bro, it's like their life is like on the line.
No, I know, but what do the parents sound like?
They're like, you Shang no. I'm just kidding. Dude, it's just like obviously shit I can't understand, but like like regular yelling, and then like my life.
No, that's what I mean. It sounds like
It's like
because like it's
passionate.
short syllables.
Yeah.
So like
There's
no
no-
matter
there's
even
no
if they're
fat.
talking
Yeah,
loudly,
there's no
right.
fat. Yeah, dude, the Asians, they do this thing, man, where it's like I had an Asian friend who looked wicked innocent. I would feel bad for him sometimes.
Yeah.
And then he would just like blow up mailboxes in our neighborhood, dude, with like M80s. And I would just
What's
be
an
like, oh,
M80?
shit. Like
It's
an
like-
explosive.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what I saw? I saw the beginning of. Do you remember the guy Timothy McVeigh?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, from like the Oklahoma City bombing. It was
That's my boy, dude.
Yeah, that's your boy.
I'm kidding, dude.
Oh.
I was thinking of Timothy Chalamet.
Bro, he's crushing it.
Yeah, so I'm courtside, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro, to get like.
I was thinking about how they. Well, I guess I'll go back to this and I'll finish it out, and then we'll talk about this. I was just watching it, and then it was just like like a white guy who was, I guess, getting back at the Waco killings like 2 years before, and so he blew up an entire federal building in Oklahoma City and was
real?
fucked up. There was like
Holy
80
shit.
people died, and like there were kids in the daycare. So I'm in the middle of that documentary. But anyway, Timothy Chalamet. On the lighter note, I think since the biopic of Bob Dylan came out, he's been crushing it. I used to kind of think of him as like a soft kind of theater kid.
From like Dune.
I never saw that, but yeah, he's killing it, and it's good to see. It's like a true New York guy.
Is he?
Yeah, he was born in Hell's Kitchen. He was like born
I
and
feel like
raised
he'd
there.
be cool to chill with, dude, but you get
Yeah.
kind of jealous of him.
You think so?
You'd be like, yo, can you like share some shit? You know what I mean?
I
Have you
mean,
ever
bro,
met
but
those
he
dudes?
wouldn't be. He wouldn't really
I
be
feel
in
like
the
you're
gym
kind
with
of
us.
like I feel like you're kind of like that, dude. Like
I'm what?
we've never like chilled before, but
Yeah, but this is fun, man. I gotta say.
yeah. But if there was titties around, I feel like I'm not sure if you'd share, dude.
I mean, no, dude, I would.
Really?
Yeah,
You'd be like a good wingman.
yeah. I'm also right now I'm at a point like if I know something's not gonna work, I don't really want to waste my time, dude. I had that moment. I used to be a club promoter, so like that's when you probably didn't want to hang out with me. When I was just getting wasted, drinking cranberry vodkas, like ridiculous graphic tees.
You've grown since.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I don't drink as much really anymore, and that was my job, dude. So I'd gather people, go to a
So
club.
you were like
we get
that dude who
table.
has a podcast, Chris Williamson. You were doing like what he did.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Just wearing like fucking tight t-shirts, dude.
yeah. But that guy's fresh now. I like that guy. He's a
sure.
good motivational guy.
Yeah, yeah. I subscribe to his newsletter. I never read it, but just
Yeah.
knowing that I'm like supporting him, it's like
There's so many emails these days. My dad was on me for months to download the or to get on the New York Post newsletter
how much is that?
free. He was like, it's great. They're like they send you 20 emails a day. You don't even have to read it. You could just get the info from the headline of the subject of the message, which actually of the email, which is actually it's pretty good.
Really?
You just see the top.
I feel like
news
reading's
story.
overrated now. It's like, why are we reading, dude?
You read David Goggins' book though.
Yeah,
the
that was a
first
few
one.
years ago. Now that we got AI and shit, it's like, why even read, man? You know?
Yeah. Are you using AI in any
I
way?
am, dude. And I heard it burns a lot of energy, dude.
Oh yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, there's just like fucking energy fields just blowing up every time we like. There's gonna be blackouts and shit. I heard just because like everybody's using it so much, it takes so much energy.
Apparently, if you say thank you and like sorry, it uses up a lot of energy. That guy Sam Altman was saying like
Yeah.
don't say thank you or sorry to AI, which is
I can't even
savage.
imagine how much energy I'm using, dude, because I'm like typing in shit that it probably doesn't even understand. You know, I'm like, can you take a shit with a boner? And it's like, it's looking everywhere to
Well,
try.
probably I would.
There's probably
if
satellites fucking blowing up. In
I
the
would
sky.
probably say no though, because
Yeah.
chances are, if you got a boner, it means you mostly have to pee because
Bro, I
that
was
thing is
getting-
gonna go right in your face.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten mixed responses, dude, but
Yeah.
it's crazy how emotionally invested people are in that question. Like, I brought it up at a show. I was getting like, this lady like wouldn't shut the fuck up. And I was like talking about shitting with a boner. And she actually started like discussing if it was possible with her friend, like during the show.
Is she a doctor?
It was just like some fat chick. So I was like,
Checks out.
I was wondering why she's so like invested. I mean, she could have had a dick, but
Maybe she was into you.
yeah.
She's like, I'll suck that thing. Make sure you don't have a boner, brother. Blumpkins?
Yeah, I feel like it's cheating though, dude. I'm talking about straight up just like mind power.
You kind of glossed over that. You know about Blumpkins.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I learned about Blumpkins from Harold and Kumar.
Did they talk about that there? That was
did.
such a good movie, man.
I know, dude.
And
That's
then
one
that
night.
guy, Cal Penn, is like now at the White House. I don't know, correspondent. I don't know the right word, but he like
The Asian
works
dude?
at the White House. Yeah. No, not the Indian guy.
The Indian guy?
Yeah.
Damn.
Cal Penn. I think it's
Wasn't that guy in Beer Fest too?
maybe. There were so many good movies like 15 years ago. I think the last real movie wave we have was Pineapple Express, Superbad, Wedding Crashers, and like 40-Year-Old Virgin. Those are like the last funny movies that like we really had before the streaming services took
Before
over.
women came along, dude.
And then you have the Bridesmaids just killed it for
Well, dude,
everyone.
women are like ruining everything, dude.
How do you
know what
mean?
I mean? Like, dude, I was watching fucking TV yesterday. Not TV, I was just watching YouTube, dude. There's like a John Wick now, but it's like a female version.
On YouTube?
Yeah, it's called like Ballerina or something. It's not on YouTube. It's like an official like fucking theater movie. It's like, dude, don't ruin John Wick like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is fresh. You see Hardball
Yeah.
dude, that was like one of the first times I really cried during a movie. When
Really?
G Baby got shot.
Damn, you're pretty aggressive, man. Like you're kind of a gangster, dude.
Yeah, bro. When I was young, I wanted to live in the projects.
For real.
Yeah,
I could see you out there, dude.
because I mean, I don't mean to, but like when I was younger, I used to code switch a lot.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like kind of like
To be like, yo, like what it
Malibu's
is.
Most Wanted type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I used that was one of my favorite movies, but I wanted to be taken seriously. You know?
Oh, so it like wasn't funny to you. You were like,
No.
This is
I was
my
like
life.
trying. I was like, maybe, yeah. I was like, yo, this is my life. Because I grew up and I played baseball in Peter Stuyvesant Little League, which is theoretically it's like surrounded by the projects, kind of. So a lot of the kids from the Little League grew up in the projects, and I wanted to be like them. So I identified a building, and I was like, yo, like that building with the red door, like that's where I'm at. It's
shit.
tough, man. We all shared a bathroom, and like
You wanted
my
to be a part
pops
of the
is trying
struggle,
to take it.
or just the culture? In
I think
general?
so. Yeah.
Was it the struggle that attracted you, or just?
I
Like,
think it was just the culture. It was so
Yeah.
cool. Like there were so many things that everybody would talk about, and like everybody knew, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like the homies, I've noticed, like really, they still value friendship, and I feel like
Dude.
white people just completely
No,
avoid
man.
friendship now. you
Yeah,
know?
like I mean, like I feel like homies when they find a girl, like they bring that girl around everyone. Like she's part of the squad now. Like white guys, they'll have a girlfriend like your boy, and then you're gone. That's
yeah, I
it.
mean, dude, if you're a white dude with a girlfriend, and you ask if she can come to anything, absolutely not. There's no way.
Yeah.
I hate that, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're either for the boys. But yeah, I've met homies at shows who are like, yo, bro, you got to bring a chick on the road. And I'm like, dude, do you know who I am? You know what I'm saying? But they're like,
Mr.
nah, man.
Salam.
Like, they're like, yo, dude, I got a chick with me right now, bro.
Yeah.
I just bring her on the road. It's so much fun. I'm like, damn.
Would you ever date a comic?
If they're not like mentally ill, I haven't
Good
really
luck.
met any that aren't like
Yeah.
diagnosed like retarded.
I mean, I will say though that most of the female comics that I know, at least surface level, they seem mentally all right.
yeah, if I could meet a comic, like a female comic who like doesn't talk about like abortion and can be funny without talking about it.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's tough because I wouldn't want to hear my girl's stories about her past sex life. I also wouldn't want to hear about things that I've done.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can keep it pretty like Jerry Seinfeld-esque PG on stage, like
Yeah.
you start talking about like why planes are weird, I can deal with that.
Yeah, it's almost like you'd almost like want to date them just because like I'm watching that. Have you ever seen that show Crashing on HBO? It's with Pete Holmes.
No, but I know of it.
I just started watching it. I don't
Yeah.
know how I haven't heard about this show. It's just about him living like life as like a comedian in New York City.
Oh, really?
Dude, it's so good so far. I haven't looked at the reviews or anything, but I'm so emotionally invested in it.
Yeah.
But it made me think, like, yeah, like it would kind of make sense to just like end up with a female comic because they're the only ones who like understand comedy. Because there's like a scene where he's like, it's like the first episode, and he's like, you know, like he doesn't have a day job, obviously. His wife is financially supporting him, and he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead to, you know, he's literally like, they filmed the Grizzly Pear in the show. So he's like, hey, I'm headed to the show. And she's like, oh, you got to go or whatever. And like, she's just like upset. You know, she like doesn't get it because he's been doing it for so long. And she's like, oh, you're just doing the show for free. Like, you're not getting paid. Like, you know, when are you going to like make it or whatever? So it really hits home, but it makes you think like, damn, dude, it wouldn't
about
make
to cry?
sense. No, I just got a little cum in my throat. That would be sick.
Too much in the coffee.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I just start crying.
I mean, bro, it looks like you're tearing right
Really?
now. Yeah.
Fuck, I might be, dude.
Yeah, you're saying it gets emotional. When did it take place? Crashing.
I said it was shot in like 2017, dude.
I watched some Louis. You know, that you ever watch that? And just recently,
Yeah.
and it came out years ago. But the owner of the comedy shop told me that the producers of Louis reached out to, you know, the owners there, and the owners of the comedy shop wanted X amount of money for them to shoot, because he was saying that the production was going to end up staying there a lot longer than they said, and they didn't want to give up Friday and Saturday night shows, whatever. But then the producers of Louis were like, dude, it's going to be so good for your business. We'll feature it and people are going to know about it.
Yeah.
But the owners of the comedy shop were really hard nosed about getting X amount of dollars for it. So when I think it was like season 5 or season 6, they ended up going to the comedy shop. And when Louis walked in, it was the Lantern at the time.
Yeah.
But when Louis walked in, she was like, "Oh, I fucking hate this place." And then the owner of the shop, Ed, saw Louis on the street after he saw that episode, and he like tried to flag him down. He was like, Louis across the street, and Louis kind of dodged him, but he thought it was super funny that happened.
Yeah.
Because he went to the Lantern for an open mic, and apparently Louis like was trying to find his footing or something, like 20 years into stand up. And he thought it was funny that he was like, "I fucking hate this place." Because, dude, people have so many memories from that downstairs basement at the Lantern.
Oh, so it was downstairs before?
Yeah, when you did it a few weeks ago, that room, I mean, pretty much every comic who has been to New York has done that venue downstairs. And they were just legendary stories of awful crowds, hecklers, and the grunginess of Bleecker Street back then. But
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I do like the lower, like the downstairs better than the upstairs.
Yeah, it's like 2 different clubs.
Yeah.
Like last night, I did one upstairs, then went downstairs, and then came back upstairs. It's the same crowd, but it's just a different club. Like upstairs, you hear the AC, like,
Yeah.
and then downstairs, you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, well, the upstairs sucks because you can hear the AC, but you can't really see anyone.
No,
unless
can't
you're
see
like
anyone.
seasoned.
Yeah.
You got like some fucking night vision goggles, dude.
Yeah. And you know what the interesting thing about those lights is, if you wear a hat on stage, like you're shaded up like all the way to your mustache. And people who aren't like, I guess, seasoned up there, you just cannot see their face at all. So it takes away from your set a bunch. You're just wearing a lid like this.
I feel like in Louis though, there was a lot of open mics scenes from like the cellar.
Well, what do you mean?
Like there's a lot of like in the show Louis, like when he does the open mics, just to
didn't-
kind of like show how depressing they are. It's
I
like,
don't know if I even got that far. I'm like 2.5 seasons in, or maybe I'm like season 3, but it seemed like the sets that they were filming, I couldn't really tell if it was like a real audience or
Yeah,
it was like an actress. I mean, some of them had actresses and actors in it.
dude, it was crazy in the show Crashing to see like the grizzly pear.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
What did they call it?
It was so accurate. It was the grizzly pear.
yeah.
It looked different, but like I was like literally almost started crying. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
that's
I
literally
know.
exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I looked like the crowd was real too.
Dude, that place on a Friday, Saturday night, you get like packed out. It's really dope.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like the true New York grunchiness.
I
No
haven't been
offense to
there in
them, but-
years, dude. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, it is really just a dive bar though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at the end
apparently
of the
Zach
day-
Bryan was there the other night. You know this guy?
The country artist?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Tanner Riley was telling me, dude,
Bro,
it was
that's crazy.
Zach Bryan was over there the other night. Wow. It's like, were people bugging out? He's like, no, you had a security guard there, but
Yeah. Dude, I saw a crazy video of him with dude, he was at a bar and these dudes were like trying to get him like in trouble. Dude, this guy was wearing glasses with like a camera. Like they were like camera glasses.
meta goggles or
I
whatever.
don't even know, man. Some like futuristic shit, dude. So like, dude, Zach was getting recorded the whole time and had no idea. And it was crazy because like the video was titled like Zach Bryan's like, it says like racist, like fucked up shit. But like he
Clickbait.
didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
just like a typical like dude at a bar playing pool. So I kind of feel for him, dude, but I don't really know, man. I don't pay attention to that stuff too much, but bro, being that famous, like it's like, who do you trust, man? You know?
You better start to get used to it, pal.
Yeah.
I feel like I can trust you now.
Who knows, man? We'd have to go through something like hard together.
Dude, I think like step 1 is us benching together. man.
Like really like throwing some biscuits on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not doing like are you doing heavyweight or no?
I mean, yeah, I'm going to failure, doing the Mike Metzger.
bro.
But like, I'm not a guy who's pushing, like, I'm not bench pressing like 280 dumbbells. Like I'll stick with like the 65s or 70 and then get like 6 reps moaning at the end. I'm moaning, maybe grunting at the end.
I haven't gone to
And
failure in
squats.
a while, man.
I think
I've
that's what
ever-
you can try and do it. Where do you go? Like the local place around here?
I go to like one of the most it's definitely like probably the nicest gym in Queens. It's called Matrix.
How much is it?
It's like $65 a month.
Okay.
It's cool though because they actually like they clean it like thoroughly, you know. But dude, like summers ago, you know, I remember doing like, there was like this guy online, and this is how crazy the internet is. Like you can like genuinely believe these dudes. Dude, this guy was doing like 30 reps. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like there's no way. Like if you want to be like a CrossFit or whatever, it's like cool to do like 30 reps or whatever. But this dude was like, dude, you can get fucking huge doing like 30 reps.
That's like what Tate says.
Bro,
Andrew
his
Tate.
fucking, yeah, dude, his fucking workout regimen was like specifically designed for dudes who are on like steroids.
Yeah.
But dude, I like bought his program. It was like $20, so I wasn't like upset or anything. But he was like I looked at the leg day, dude. He was like, yeah, dude, do quad extensions, 100 reps, then do 80, then do 6. I'm like, dude, I would fucking kill myself.
You can't even walk for a month after
No,
that.
dude, it's like, what the fuck? And like, dude, last summer I was doing like 15 to 20 reps, and dude, I was getting good pumps, but I wasn't getting like bigger.
You know, the people
You
are
know?
saying that like pumps are, it's like all a myth. Like
Yeah,
you
just
don't
like
actually,
blood flow. Yeah, you get like temporary blood flow.
yeah, it doesn't actually like work.
Yeah, you really just got to fucking tear the shit out of your muscles and let them grow, dude.
And I think that's where the to failure kind of works. If you do it like 2 or 3 times a week,
Yeah.
you start to notice that like day 3 of not working out, you're like your body's recovering a little bit, even though it's soft. And if you like read a David Goggins book, you know, the guy's going hard every single day, 365 days a year. You're like, you don't need rest. You're like, yeah, I guess I don't. But like theoretically, I guess it makes sense from a body perspective, not like a mind perspective, you know?
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't know. I've been doing 8 to 10, and I'm like, everything's just diet, man. But 8 to 10 will allow me to like maintain a level of strength that I'm happy with.
Yeah.
You know? And like, dude, when I was doing 15 to 20 reps, dude, I was getting so weak. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say I did feel better. I don't know why. Probably just lighter
I think
weight.
it's mental.
Probably just 'cause it's lighter weight. I'm putting less strain on my body. But everyone says to do like a different.
Yeah, you can never really
mix
you
of
can never
everything.
really tell.
Everyone's
Everyone
like,
has their own thing, man. And then people say they're on steroids, not on steroids. If you're on steroids, you can pretty much do anything.
well, no, everyone's like, I think you got to mix it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Shock the body.
do 6 weeks of like 15 to 20, 6 to 8 weeks of like 8 to 10. Everyone says to do like sets of like 4 to 5 to like build a foundation if you've like never lifted before.
Did you play sports
Yeah.
growing up? What'd you play?
Like football, basketball, and baseball.
What were you the best at?
Definitely football.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
position?
Dude, I played left tackle
I was gonna say, yeah.
and defensive end.
Oh damn. You
But-
get any looks or what?
No, dude, we were playing in this game, and I thought my uncle was there for some reason. He was supposed to come to the game. I don't even really like my uncle. Like, we never really talk, but I was like, I'm gonna show out this game, like really show him what's good, you know? Dude, I had like 6 tackles in like the first quarter. I was going off on defense.
And then you found out he wasn't there.
Dude, I'm like hearing them call my name. They're like, John Psyche, you know, tackle for loss or whatever. And this is like the 3rd game of the season. No, this is like maybe the 2nd game. This is like the beginning of the year, dude.
Senior year or what?
Senior year, dude. And then I'm on offense playing left tackle, dude. They call a run play to the left. Dude, I like blocked this dude like 5 yards downfield. And the linebacker came out of nowhere, dude. Fucking dove at my knee, dude. And I wish I had the video. It was on, you remember Huddle? You've heard of Huddle?
Yeah.
Dude, you could see my knee fucking like snap all the way down to the ground.
Was he like he was going for your knee?
Dude, he was trying to tackle the running back who was like not even near me. This guy was like legit retarded.
Yeah.
Like, you watch the film and you're like, dude, that's got to be like targeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, my fucking knee like snapped down to the ground, dude, and I was out for like half the year. But what I didn't get, dude, was like when I came back, they were like, yeah, we want you to play offense, no more defense because you might get hurt. And I was like, dude, I want to play defense, not offense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what happened, man.
But
You know?
any colleges were looking at you at any particular time?
No, back then, dude, it was all like D3 schools who were like, yeah, it's like 80 grand a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm good, man. I can't afford that.
Right. That's nuts.
I wish I could, like, I don't know, dude. If you think about how much money that is, though, dude. You
Well,
know?
I mean, because you could never really get rid of it until you start making like $500K or $1 million a year, because then that debt will just last you like 50 years old.
Yeah, but dude, to play
Easy.
football in college would have been sick.
Yeah, especially now with NIL, make some money doing it. That's crazy.
Can you do that Division III?
Oh no,
Yeah,
but I was
you'd have to be like a
Division
stud,
One.
dude. Yeah.
This guy plays for Bates College in Maine.
This guy plays for fucking DeVry University.
That you could probably actually make some money. Do commercials.
Yeah, dude.
Vaughn
sick.
College.
Were you ripping tennis?
Yeah, I played tennis at UConn. Played college tennis there.
Damn, what's it like out there, man?
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, my mom was born in Connecticut on like a farm.
Yeah.
We went to like the farm she grew up on. It was just in the middle of nowhere, dude.
Do you remember what town?
No.
Yeah, Storrs, Connecticut. It's 30 minutes to the closest town, which is Hartford, and nothing's going on in Hartford.
Yeah. Is that why like a lot of people from like Connecticut go to like the University of Rhode Island?
Well, they go to University of Rhode Island or they go to UConn. Rarely do people go to Massachusetts up there. It's kind of like it's split in between, like
Yeah.
Rhode Island and UConn.
Yeah.
But it must have been like 70% kids from Connecticut. There was nobody from where I grew up.
So like, did you like have fun there, or was it just like nothing?
Yeah, I think it was just super different. Was the reason I had fun, and the reason I went there is because of the sports programs being so good, and like the tennis team existed because of the basketball team, the football team, and all the other teams that made money. Because the tennis team didn't make any money; we just cost the school money. And as long as our team, I didn't really have good grades at all, but as long as our team GPA was solid, they were cool with having a tennis team, and there was like 2.5 scholarships for 12 of us. And it was more of like I think it was more of just having some sort of team that could hang around those other Northeast schools that had the programs. Like the BU was like more of like the same level. So we weren't that great.
Yeah. How does that even? Did anyone go to the matches?
I mean, if we had free pizza, yeah. But besides that, there was maybe like 15 people at a match.
Damn. So how did you feel? Like, were you motivated going out there, or were you kind of like, fuck my life?
I wanted to play Division I tennis super bad. Like I could have played Division III,
For
but I
like,
just wanted to play for the
like
clout.
the passion of the game, or just like the pussy? Just
I don't think there was
'cause I
either
remember,
one of
dude.
those,
I
dude.
wanted to play college. 1 for the girls, dude,
Yeah,
and 2 for like the training. You know what I mean?
yeah. There was really none of that. Neither of those
You had no
things.
like off-season training program.
No, it's kind of light. And now I like to run just because I can do it by myself and nobody's forcing me to do it. But back then, it was all suicides, all way too intense. You know?
Yeah, I get jealous, man. Like I used to run at a track, and I would always see like like high school football players and stuff like training for the off season, and I never had that, dude. I never had that like. Cause it's like popular now, like YouTube videos. Like you put some Meek Mill on the background and just
dude.
get after it.
No,
dude.
I never
wish
had
we
that.
had
I never
dude.
had that. And I played tennis a lot when I was in high school. I just never had the motivation to become really, really good. I wanted to. Theoretically, I was like, oh, this would be sick if I was, but I just never had the motivation behind it.
How much do like professionals make?
Nah, it's all relative. I mean, if you're 100 in the world, maybe you're making like 200K a year. But if you're 150 in the world, maybe you're making 75K a year. And
That's
then
not
if
bad.
you're like, it's only 200 of them.
Yeah.
So you basically have to make all the Grand Slams a year to start making money, which is you need to be top 150 in the world, which is insane.
Really?
I mean, if you're 150 in the world in basketball, you're making like $6
What
million
is
a year.
so hard about tennis, though, dude?
There's just so many people playing, and in other countries, people are playing every single day. People have their mom or dad as a tennis coach, so they're getting on court for free every single day. And these kids need to eat, and if they don't win the tennis match, then they're not going home and they're not going to eat. And tennis parents are crazy.
It's
dude.
like gymnastics.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know, but tennis parents are out of control.
I didn't know
Nuts.
that.
Yeah, super motivated to get whatever situation that they're in financially, like make their kid a top 10 player.
What is
It's
like the
crazy.
hardest part? Like having speed on the ball, or like the conditioning?
I think it's just never missing, and it's really hard not to miss.
So like when
tennis.
you're going back and forth, are you like playing chess? You're like, all right, if they do this, I'm
That's
gonna hit 'em.
only at the highest level.
Yeah.
Like at the level that I played, it didn't really even get to a point of chess match.
So
It
you're
was
just like, dude, just
trying not to
don't
miss.
fucking hit a house.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I was like, I can serve pretty big. Like my serve was up at 120 miles an hour.
What?
But then if that guy was returning it, then and he had good ground strokes, he can sauce me up for sure.
There's no way you're gonna do it.
I mean, it just depends. There's
Yeah.
so many different levels.
What is like the average speed of a serve in like the what is it, Wimbledon?
in Wimbledon? Probably like 130
Holy
for everybody now.
fuck.
But then those guys can hit every single ball, and they're
You're
not missing.
fucking with, it's 130. Can you even see the fucking tennis ball?
I think you're more able just to know where the ball is going to go based on
What is the
toss.
distance though?
And
like,
like how, the seconds.
Because like, dude, if you're a pitcher in the MLB, if you're throwing like 100 miles an hour, you can't even see the ball, and that's
Sure.
60 feet.
Yeah,
How many feet is tennis?
it's a good question. I guess it kind of depends where you're standing, but I think it's like 120 feet.
It's like a little further.
Yeah, but the thing is, you already kind of know where you need to put your racket and how you need to move your body, so that
Yeah.
like the ball and the racket kind of are in the same place as you see like it's a kick serve, so you know the spin is going to go this way, slice spin goes that way, flat serve it's going this way.
Shit.
So you kind of just have your body and racket in the same place. That's how you return it, and then you start the point.
Damn.
It's not you really don't have much time to think.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, it's a
So,
crazy sport. You ever go to the U.S. Open or see live like
No, I
professional
used
tennis?
to watch. I used to watch Maria Sharapova, dude. She'd make like those orgasm sounds,
Screaming.
bro. Oh my god, man.
Screaming.
That was
She
like peak
insanely
childhood
good.
for me, bro.
She was so hot. I met her when she was okay. Well, I was like 8. She was like 15. I had the biggest crush on her.
Yeah.
And it's probably
You met her in the flesh?
yeah. I was a
Holy
ball
shit.
boy at this tennis tournament. I was like, "This is my dad." She was like, "Hi," and I was like,
Have you ever
"What
seen her
is?"
play in person?
That was probably the last time I saw her.
Bro, I wonder if dudes are just getting straight up like hard
Rocked up.
ons.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, Anna Kournikova,
Mm,
bro.
she even better. She's like
yes.
a modern day Maria.
No, she's probably like 10 years older than Maria. She's married to Enrique Iglesias. You know Enrique Iglesias?
Yeah, the musician.
Yeah. But she was the most beautiful woman to ever play tennis, for sure. She was like number 9 in the world. And people were like, she's not even good. She's pretty. I'm like, bro, she's 9 in the world. And people don't understand that. It's like tennis and comedy are similar in that if somebody told you that they were 250 in the world in tennis, you'd be like, oh, that's not that good. Like you didn't make money playing tennis, but that's like unbelievable
Yeah.
in tennis if you like know about tennis.
Damn, yeah, Maria wasn't even like she was like a solid 8, dude, but her making those orgasm sounds like dude, that brought her to a 10 easily.
Yeah.
It was like every single hit too.
Yeah. Some tennis girls are really cute.
I've played tennis once, dude. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like playing soccer. Like you're like, oh, this is kind of gay. And then,
Then you really
play
get into it.
and you're
Yeah.
like, damn, this is
It's
kind of fun. Dude.
Yeah. Soccer
You know?
girls, tennis girls. I like an athletic girl.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the sport, but yeah, soccer girls, tennis girls,
Yeah,
definitely.
we were talking about like the shop and stuff in New York City, man. It's crazy, bro. Just like most of what I'm doing, man, is just kind of like observing, you know? Like it's crazy to do a spot. Like if you go to the shop, dude, if you go to the Grizzly Pear or whatever, like when I'm going to like New York Comedy Club, I'm just like watching hot chicks communicate with dudes with like gold chains and backwards hats. I don't know if it's creepy or not, but it is fascinating.
Who are the guys with gold chains and backwards hats? So it's like drug dealers?
Just everyone in New York
Everyone,
City, dude.
yeah.
Have you seen these guys?
I mean,
if you
being on
go
Bleecker
into the
Street a
Village-
lot, dude, you just cocaine. Offering you free samples.
Yeah, I guess it's more so like the Village and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy, man. Like, when you think about comedy, like, living in New York City, you get kind of like, I don't know, man, maybe like scared a little bit. Or like, I don't know, man. Like, the way you think about things versus like what they actually are, it's kind of wild.
How do you mean?
know? Because, like, dude, I would never think that, like, I was going to be in like a Honda Fit chilling on like in the East Village, just looking out my window, looking at hot chicks, talk to dudes. But here we are, man.
Why are they talking to dudes? What do you mean?
Bro, have you ever been to the East Village?
Yeah.
Dude.
But you mean like they're drunk talking to dudes?
Yeah. I mean, like even last night, dude, like you go to like later shows or whatever, like that's all it is. It's just hot chicks on dates. And I'm just like looking at them.
Some girls aren't down to really go on dates on Fridays, Saturdays, which I would understand. But I don't know. I'm not really in the dating pool right now. Are you you use dating apps?
No, man, I'm just watching people.
Yeah.
Is that weird that I'm like a people watcher?
No, I think it's good to kind of do that, doing
Yeah.
stand up. You got to be observant.
Yeah, it's so much fun, man. It's almost like drinking. That's like me drinking. Like just like going out and just like watching people like, you know.
Do you drink?
No.
Like you've never have?
No, I have, but dude, I've been thinking about almost every weekend. I'm like, dude, let's go out there and get hammered, and then I just end up doing something else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's
it's-
not, I mean, it's not that enjoyable the day after and then the following day. I think that's
Yeah.
what really stopped me from doing it that much.
Well, dude, like when you said like you were a club promoter,
Bro,
how late at night were you out? Like 2 a.m?
later than that, dude.
So you see like
I'd start at like 11:30 and then I'd have to be there until 3.
so you saw like the ugliness of it, dude.
Yeah, but I was also wasted, so I didn't really see it being that ugly. You know, like I was part of it.
Did you ever see it sober?
Maybe like 1 or 2 nights where I'm like, oh, I'm not drinking tonight, bro. I'm not drinking tonight. And it was ridiculous, crazy. Going out to those clubs being sober, man, it's like, it's a different place,
Yeah.
different club.
Dude, you're in like a whole different universe.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, just doing that for so many years, I don't like going back.
Dude, that's why I feel like a legit psychopath. Being sober, just watching people like
Yeah,
hammered,
dude.
especially
Yeah.
hot chicks.
Even being at even being at comedy clubs late at night, you've got the 2-drink minimum.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the reason why I think I understand hecklers being in New York City, like especially at those late shows, if you've been out since dinner, you had 2 drinks at dinner, then you went to a bar after, had another drink there. Now you have to come to the comedy club and get 2 drinks. Bro, by the 5th tequila soda, like you're gonna have something to say to the guy on stage.
Yeah.
And it's 1 a.m, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't even mind hecklers anymore, man.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it.
I think sometimes if they're blurting out during a joke, it's annoying. But if
Yeah.
you're kind of opening the door for conversation, then maybe it's a
Yeah.
little bit more reasonable.
It just sucks seeing like the ugly side of drinking. Like a lot of what I see is like it'll be like a super hot chick, dude, who's like hammered and she's like on a date with a guy. And the guy like wants to laugh, but he like also wants to impress the girl, and the girl is like super disturbed. And you're like, dude, I just can't even imagine like being in that position. Like
Comedy
you
show
talked
dates are
about
interesting.
wasting like years of your life with chicks. I'm like, bro, that guy's wasting so much. Like he could be at home playing Xbox, you know?
But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever want to go to a comedy show with a girl unless I'm like super secure with her, man. Because then she'd be like, "Oh my god, which one was your favorite? He was so cute. What's his Instagram?"
If you were like,
shut up.
if you were gonna take a chick though to a comedy show, which comedian would you want to see like with a chick?
Probably like a Shane Gillis type. You know?
Yeah, because you let her know right off the bat like what's going on.
How do you mean?
Like, you're like, this is like my sense of humor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
I
not
think
like
so.
lying to her.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like first date, a comedy show, I would never do that. I don't think you should ever.
Well,
do
that's
that,
what I'm
dude.
asking you.
First date, or you mean like a secure?
Like
vibe?
if, well, just in general, if you're just gonna go like to a comedy
I
show.
don't think I would ever fucking take a girl to. Well, even
Like, if
even
you
if I
had to,
wasn't,
though.
if I had to,
Dude.
I'd be like, go sit in the back, wait till I'm done.
Yeah.
That's kind of a fresh move. But I would love to, I think that's the ideal way for us to meet a chick, by the way. It's like they see us do stand up first,
Mm-hmm.
and then after, maybe they come up to us, or then they get to know us.
Mm.
Because like getting to know somebody and then seeing you do stand up could be harder to bridge the gap,
Yeah.
theoretically.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it would be funny to go see like Nick Swartzen or something with a chick.
Dude, what you hear what happened with him at that one show where he just took too many edibles and drank? I mean, it
Yeah.
happens to the best of us.
I mean, I love him, dude, but he's probably just an alcoholic.
Grandma's boy.
Yeah. Because like, if you're seen or met an alcoholic, you kind of know like what's going on, you know?
You think so?
Yeah, because they'll always lie about like drinking and shit.
Like Josh Block, you know about him?
no,
World of T-shirts.
no,
You know that kid? I've been banned. You don't know about this guy?
No.
Josh Block?
is he an alcoholic?
One would say so. Yeah, he's like a TikTok guy. He wears a sailor hat and he gets super pissed. He's on the spectrum, but he gets super pissed when people say, put the fries in the bag. He'll freak out. He's like, I make more money than you.
I've never seen
You've
this guy.
never seen this guy?
No.
It's like an internet sensation. I'm surprised.
Damn, dude. I'll have to check him out.
But yeah, he's, I mean, an alcoholic, but he'll say that like he cannot drink. And then there are people who do TikToks and like will mark how many times he drinks. Cause every time he drinks, he'll like put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Or like he'll do in one of his stories. So people are like, Josh had 25 drinks today and spent $300.
Yeah.
Like crazy stuff like that.
Shit.
But alcohol, I mean,
Well, he was like,
it's difficult to get off.
yeah, Nick said he was just like on an edible
Yeah. And then
had a
I think
few
he had a
drinks.
drink. Yeah.
and like the, I mean,
Which
I
is
guess that
reasonable.
makes sense.
Did
but
you
it's
ever, you ever smoke weed or not
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I used to smoke weed and drink.
Me too. I used to smoke weed. I smoked like 4 or 5 joints a day for like 10 years in a row. And then I stopped last February, which kind of went cold turkey.
Yeah. At a certain point, it's like you got to wrap it up, you know?
I think so.
Being sober, though, man, there's so many emotions, you know?
Yeah, it's
Like
wild.
you're feeling everything. And in a place like this, it's a lot to take in, dude.
How many coffees a day do you drink?
Probably like 2,
Yeah. I'm
like
I'm
1 in
like
the
a 3 or
morning. And
4.
then I always have a coffee before I go to a show.
Yeah.
And everybody has their vice, man, which is cool. But I mean, I like being sober. I just feel so much, bro. Like everything's just coming at me, dude. And like at my age, like, dude, life is literally just bending you over and like having sex with you, dude. Like
In a good way?
non-consensual, like
Oh, no,
non-consensually.
no. Are you an emotional guy?
I am, dude.
You know what's interesting about you?
Yeah.
First, like at first glance, you seem like such a calm, even keel guy, and like you're not gonna break a smile.
Yeah.
But then once you break a smile, it's like, whew. Like you ever hear that Drake song, 0 to 100 real quick?
Yeah.
That's how I imagine you, and you're like,
That's why they wrote that song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
they
real.
suck. They
Don't you
were
feel
suck.
like that way about yourself? You're so calm, and then like it's like, boom.
Well, I don't really trust people.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like,
Was there a reason for that?
probably just being fucked over so many times. Well, I was gonna ask you, man. Like, do you think when you see me initially, are you like, oh, this guy's retarded? You know? Like, I want to know. Like, for example, my best friend who I've known since high school. We were best friends for a very long time. He meets a girl, and now just doesn't talk to me anymore. Like, do you think it's because of the girl, or do you think it's because of me?
Because you're retarded?
Yeah. Be honest. Because maybe I got to change some stuff, man. You know?
I think this version of you right here
Uh-huh.
is a good version of you.
Yeah.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should go down any further.
Okay.
And this to your up, your peak,
Yeah.
where you're getting more excited, I think that's a great version of you. Short answer, I don't think you're retarded.
Okay.
And I think it is because of the girl. It's because like when we circle back to the initial part, like, dude, girls will mess anybody up. And they talk about it, even like the greatest philosophers of all time, the great men of our generation who like build, I don't know, buildings and shit. They can get torn down by
Tits.
females, gays, teas, bro, milkers, almond milk.
That's what I've been thinking, dude. Like, if I'm gonna write a movie or something, like,
Yeah.
I want to write like a movie where like there's like a superhero, but the super villain.
Can you cast me as a superhero
Yeah,
potentially?
you can be the superhero,
All right, I'm down.
but you got to be able to take on the super villain, which is just like a Godzilla-sized pair of tits, dude. Like, that's a good super villain, dude.
Yeah,
it's
nobody's
just-
ever done that.
No dude's gonna be able to take that down. Because if you get close to it, dude, you're gonna be hard,
Stroking your
just
C.
shooting ropes everywhere. So you can't get close to it,
Yeah.
but it's also like attractive. So it's like ruining all the dudes' lives.
That's the real super
And it's like a
villain.
Godzilla-sized pair of tits, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like a perfect pair
Fat
of titties,
nips.
just taking over all the dudes in a town.
It's so
How
much
do you
more
even-
valid.
How do you even take that? Like, how are you gonna take it down? You probably have to come out of the closet, dude.
Not even on this podcast am I doing that.
It's the only way to take it down, man.
I mean, porn helps, bro. You know, people say like porn is the villain, but like, I mean, for me at least, no. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about porn, but I'm cool with jerking off, dude, because you don't want to be like hard at a fucking
Funeral or something.
yeah, dude.
Just fucking this.
Just looking at pictures of her, dude.
Fresh pair of tees.
Yeah, dude.
So you're just
Someone's-
rocked up.
Rocked up, looking at pictures of somebody's mom, dude.
Yeah. She was just fucking smoke.
Yeah, you can't be. You gotta let it out, man.
Absolutely.
What were we talking about
I
then?
think we were talking about super villain.
Oh yeah, if
tits.
I'm retarded or not. Well, no, I was
Yeah.
just saying, like, I don't really trust people, so it's
Yeah.
like, for some reason around here, dude, people are always like, you know, because I'm like a really quiet guy, and they expect me to just come out right away, and it's like I'm not doing that unless I trust somebody. You know what I mean?
Come out,
At least
what
a
do you
little
mean?
bit, like out of the
It's
closet.
gay. Fuck yeah. It'd be insane if we started making out right now.
We'll just clip like the fart at the beginning and then that.
And then us making out at the end.
Yeah, and then the Asian part.
Shang Nu. Oh,
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
yeah. Is this Hello Kitty up here? Is this Betty?
I don't really know, man.
She looks Asian though, right?
Well, no, there's a bargain outlet. There's a bargain outlet where I'm from. It's called Ollie's Bargain Outlet.
What's that?
You ever been to Ocean State Job Lot?
Ocean Stage what?
Ocean State Job Lot. I think it's just like a New England thing.
No,
it's
probably.
basically like a massive factory warehouse, and it's all bargain goods.
Oh, is that where you got a lot of these from?
Yeah, it's pretty much everything here, dude.
Oh yeah.
Bro, you can get pictures there for like $3.
Yeah.
You just gotta buy the frame.
Uh-huh.
You can get Yankee candles there for like $3.
Is that what that smell is in here? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all just like marked down goods.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's one of the best places ever. Like if I had a wife and shit, I'd be there all the time, dude.
Do you want to get married?
Probably not for a while, man. I know we talk a lot about like tits and shit on this podcast and like relationships and stuff. But in the back of my head, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be with a chick for a long time.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, eventually. But
Yeah, me too.
as dudes, we're awesome, man.
I mean, we're like this.
Yeah, dudes are always ascending, and it's like I don't want a woman to bring me down. You know what I'm saying? But it's also like I'm not trying to talk shit about women, but it's like I got plenty of time, dude. I don't have any eggs and shit, man. You know, like
Yeah, you're gonna be shooting fertile seeds.
yeah, like I've got time to figure shit out, man. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm like one of the few dudes who's like still for the boys. You know what I mean? I just want to try and do that for as long as I can
Yeah.
until like a pair of tits comes into my life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Not the evil villain tease though.
Yeah.
Nice angel tits.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, it was nice to meet you, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
No, it was
I
good
think
to
it was,
see you,
you
man.
know what, it was good to see you, and it was good getting to know you further, man.
Yeah, because we've only really like stared at each other
Yeah, which is
in the
definitely
flesh,
nice.
which is nice.
Yeah, but like now,
Like, we've
I'm
dabbed
getting
each
to
other up and
stare
shit,
into your
dude.
eyes and talk
You
to
know?
you. It's been nice.
Yeah, man. Because like I didn't really know what to expect from you, dude.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just us dapping each other up.
Yeah.
and just looking in each other's eyes.
I think people get the wrong impression from me sometimes.
For real?
I would think that, wouldn't you say that? What was your what was your impression of me before the pod? Well, I think we had a nice moment when we were downstairs at the shop for a second at that Monday night show.
I mean, I've literally only dapped you up and looked in your eyes, which to me that means a lot to me, man. I'm not even kidding, dude.
All right, that's good.
Like that's like I respected you before this.
Okay.
But I'm not, and I'm not even just saying this, man. I'm not the type of dude who will like I don't meet someone without saying something and then like form a judgment. I gotta like sit down and just like really get to know them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're saying like people meet you and they get the wrong.
I think so, bro. And I think it's the name on my shirt, which I just stay rocking my
Oh, I
name
didn't
on my
even know-
shirt.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
that,
bro.
dude.
People notice that right away. Ted Jones World, you rocking your own merch?
It's
Yeah,
crazy. I didn't even
bro.
notice that.
Yeah, I am. So people say that right away, and that turns me off because I'm like, dude, you think freaking Nike, Phil Knight was rocking Nike? People said shit. Mm-hmm. I'm saying I'm Phil Knight, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I think sometimes people get the wrong impression of me, and I hope them listening to this
Change your life.
their mind, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean though? Like, what are they? You feel that way, or it's happened?
I feel that way.
Yeah. So it's just a feeling.
Yeah. So it's like some sort of like insecurity a little bit, but at the same time,
Has anyone ever said anything though?
no.
No. Well, that's good, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And I would like to think that with the vibe that I give off, I kind of
Yeah.
get that shit away. Like a Goggins situation, you know?
Yeah.
Just keep everything positively internal.
That's how the real ones operate, though, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone I meet, it's like, yeah, that guy is fucking retarded.
You?
Yeah.
No, bro.
Most
I
people
never
think I'm
thought that.
retarded and like mute.
Never thought that.
Thanks, man. People have actually said that though. You know
Really?
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't know anything. What do they do?
They call me like Mr. Serious, dude, like mute.
Mr. Serious is a crazy name.
That's what a chick called me the other night, dude.
Really?
She was like, good set, Mr. Serious. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I'll fucking kill you right now,
you
dude.
drop kicked her in the throat.
Yeah, I'll fucking knock you out.
Yeah, that seems
Fucking
serious.
dumb bitch.
Bitch. Oh, yeah.
Nah. Well, dude, it was good to talk to you, man.
It was
good to
great,
sit
dude.
down with you, bro.
Yeah, man.
And
I
you
really
got your own
appreciate you having me on.
podcast
Yes.
going in the basement of the comedy shop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can get on one day, dude, if I can navigate through like traffic and shit. But
So tonight you said you're not doing anything.
nah, dude.
I think there's an opening on the 10 p.m. tonight at Comedy Shop. Can you make
yeah?
it?
Sure, man. I'll be around.
Do you want to do it?
I mean, I got nothing going on. I don't think.
Yeah, so come do it.
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday.
Yeah,
Dude.
come do it.
I thought it was Sunday.
Also, do you ever host?
No, I'll never do that, dude.
You ever do it?
I did, yeah. It was fucking bad. Yeah.
Hosting is such a different beast in the comedy game.
Oh yeah, I feel like if you're not good at it, you shouldn't do it. Because like I had an owner get like really pissed off because I was hosting and I was like very like obviously like deadpan, so I was like bringing people up, and like the booker was like, "Hey man, can you just like spice it up a little bit, like say something
You
different?"
just whipped out your
And there was
John.
like, dude, there was like this fucking 50-year-old guy talking to me, bro. He was like, "Yeah, man, I haven't done comedy in a while, but he's like, my family's here, and I'm like trying to get back into it."
Did you say that exact same thing, bringing him up? This guy hasn't done comedy in a while. His family's here. He's 50.
He was like, my son's out there, and dude, he was so nice to me, bro. He was talking to me before his set, and I'm getting ready to bring him up, and for some reason, I go up there, and it's like a packed room, dude, and I just go, yeah, this next guy fucks, and everyone was like, what?
But dude, in the scheme of things, that is hilarious. Like, that's so funny.
Dude, this guy was like, dude, I've never. He was so upset. It's like I broke his heart, dude. It was literally like I broke up with him, dude.
Did he say anything?
You could see
when you
him
brought
walk
him
up. Dude, you could see him. I could like he didn't even shake my hand, but
No.
he was walking up on stage just like looking directly down. Like his family was there, and they were just like.
Was his wife
confused.
there? Because he knew he was
His
gonna
wife
get,
and kids were there.
Yeah, dude, he's
this
gonna
was a
get
bringer
yelled
show.
at after that. I was
Yeah. Like a packed bringer show.
Those are the best, and those exist. Like, I was even like open mics outside of New York City. They're like real shows, right?
They can be good, man. But it's like everyone you know is there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. The booker was just like, dude, just spice it up a little bit, man. Like, just say something
you
different.
did.
And I was like, all right, man. Like,
That's
oh, dude.
so
I remember
funny.
after that though, like sweating, dude. Like, I'll never host again, man.
Did people laugh?
No, dude.
You
Not
gotta
even.
try it again, man. Come on. Have you hosted in New York?
Mm,
Like in New York City at all?
trying to think. No,
Are you willing to try it again?
no.
Come on.
I would ignore you, dude. I would be like, I'm good, man.
You
Especially
gotta
in New
try
York.
it, man.
Oh yeah, dude. I think it's important to
Yeah.
try it
Yeah.
because you have to try it.
Yeah.
But I think that
You've already tried it, you think?
I've tried it many times. And
Yeah, but
I
not in
think,
New York City. It's different.
No, I just feel like there's like you're good at hosting. I think certain people are good at it, but I also think hosting is the most important spot on the show. You know what I mean? Like a bad host can completely derail a show.
That's true.
Bad. Like it can fuck a
And
show
hosts really never get credit too. It's like
They
a
really
thankless
don't.
job.
Yeah, because you're being like selfless. You're like totally focused on how the show's going.
Yeah,
And
it's
not like your material.
taking the brunt of the awkwardness in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
So it warms up for the
Also,
rest
like
of them.
when someone bombs, you have to like bring the show back. Like you have to be energetic, dude. You have to like say different things, bring people up. You have to memorize names. I've forgotten names before.
That sometimes is tough.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
But when I host, I genuinely like. I don't ask people. You want me to say anything? No, dude. I don't have to. I have to memorize your name already. I don't want to memorize your credits also.
Yeah, but it's also like it's good to be like, yeah.
No,
It's
it's a
impressive,
genuine
like,
thing. You
I
know what? Also,
genuinely-
is like a thing that I've probably learned within like the last year is adjusting the mic stand to the height of the person.
Yeah.
That's like a next level host thing. Which I'm sometimes like the mic stand will get stuck, and then I'm just like trying to adjust it. This next comic, and looks, I'm just friggin' this next comic.
I've never even thought about that.
Yeah,
They
like
do
a guy
like
like
that.
one of my boys, Mario Bosco. You know, like if the one guy's up here 6 feet tall, then if I don't adjust it for him, he's coming up on stage. He's like, "What's up, New York?"
Yeah.
Brings it all the way down
I
here.
never
I felt
thought
that.
about that.
You know what I mean?
All the check spots are like tag teams, so you're basically like hosting. Like you have to bring up the next person, and I'll like bring people up, And like the managers are just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? They're just like, yeah, we'll never have you host here. They're like, not in a bad way, but they're just like, dude, you'll never.
I mean, but the benefit of that is that like you never have to host. And like ideally, I mean, once you get your hour special, you're not hosting, you're just doing a spot, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hosting, if I was a host, I wouldn't really want anyone to host either because I know how like rare it is to be a good host. Especially like even at like New York Comedy Club, like you'll see people get booked on shows specifically to host. You know what I mean? And I'll get kind of jealous. I'll be like, oh, why is that person on the show? And it's like, oh, they're hosting. Like they're a good host. So it's like very valuable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've always been like impressed with like good hosts, you know? Because dude, you can completely change a show.
Yeah, but like I was saying, it really is like kind of a thankless job for the most part.
I don't know, man. I've always like really like admired like good hosts.
But I don't think people really see it.
I think
that
if
much.
you've been in comedy long enough, I've
would.
like even like Colin Turl,
Yeah.
he would like take me on the road sometimes and he'd be like, dude, not to be a dick, but if I could take a host on the road, I would. Because like that's how important it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially when you're headlining.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I've always known like how important it is and like how fucking hard it is, dude. But yeah, you really don't get the recognition you deserve. But yeah, man. All right. Well, what's yeah, shout out your podcast though, dude.
Ted Jones World on all platforms. Check it out. I'm doing a lot of stuff with Snapchat recently, which has been cool.
Okay.
They're trying to acclimate like more comedians on the platform.
Yeah.
And so check me out there, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But we're recording episode 500 of the pod next week.
Okay.
So I've been doing it for like almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
So
Same, dude.
it's cool.
You've probably been doing it longer than me then.
Well, it's great to sit down with somebody that can just banter, man. That's great. And you got some good style. We were talking about your AN1 shorts.
Thank you, dude. A little Walmart action.
Yeah. Do you have any of the AN1 tops too?
No, man, I couldn't.
Those are funny. the quotes.
I got Great Boundaries.
What's that?
Great Boundaries is like a Walmart brand.
Oh, New
So
England.
I got some of these muscle shirts for $6 and one shorts for like $9.98. Got like 8 pairs of them, dude. So I'll be rocking these all summer, dude.
And dude, you know what I love about you too is like you'll rock shorts on stage. You don't care.
If I can, yeah. I almost asked. That's like something I'm trying to find someone, maybe like a booker or something, like a manager. Just be like, dude, can you wear shorts on stage?
Yeah, it's so taboo for guys.
Is it disrespectful?
I mean, I think you have the vibe where you can pull it off though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like a Sam Talent or like a legend, for sure you can wear shorts, you know. But
Short
it's like,
shorts I haven't seen.
at what level of skill and credits do you have to wear and one shorts on stage?
That's hard.
You know what I mean?
Bro, if you come through tonight at the 10 p.m.,
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing if you wore AN1 shorts.
I'll fucking rock these. dude.
Yeah? Will you do it?
Yeah.
Can we maybe pop up a photo of you doing it?
Sure, yeah.
All right, I gotta remember to take a photo of you.
Just zoom in, dude.
Yeah, zoom in, just get right up in there.
All bullet, dude.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming, dude.
Thank you for
Good to
having me,
sit
man.
down with you, man. Thank
This
you
is
guys
great.
for listening. Peace.